We would like to introduce you to the Priorities Map, a tool used to frame points of view. If we were to sketch this out, the Priorities Map is based on a grid, with the rows representing your customers' or prospects' top-of-mind priorities or initiatives, and the columns representing the key stakeholders. The intersections allow us to identify the importance of each of the initiatives for each of the key stakeholders. As we put this idea into the context of the napkin, we see that it falls into the column of aligning priorities. We would define the Priorities Map as a visual aid to map and compare top-of-mind priorities for individual and organizational stakeholders. So, why is this important for us to use? By using the Priorities Map, we will quickly gain an understanding of how those different stakeholders prioritize, define, and measure the success for a set of initiatives. Creating and using a Priorities Map is easy. As stated earlier, it starts with a number of rows and columns. The top-of-mind initiatives or important themes go down the left side, and the key individual and organizational stakeholders are listed across the top. Bringing the Priorities Map to life in a dialogue is also easy. We will call out the importance of the initiatives through the lenses of each stakeholder. We will indicate the importance by adding a dot to each intersection. A completely filled-in dot will indicate a high priority, half-filled, a priority of medium importance, and an empty dot, low priority. Focusing now on the patient as a stakeholder, we can identify those initiatives that are of high, medium, and low importance. As importance is being determined, we'll ask how the initiative is being defined from each stakeholder's perspective. For example, high-performance culture could be defined as an environment comprised of professionals with demonstrated competence and an ability to respond to the needs of the patient. Lastly, we'll ask for examples of how they would measure success of each initiative. For the same example, the patient would want to feel as though they've received more than enough attention and have no questions left unanswered. That's all there is to it. So now let's take a look at a real version of a completed Priorities Map. As this example highlights, there are a number of expected outcomes you can count on whenever you use a Priorities Map with a group of stakeholders. Clear view of the relative importance of multiple stakeholder priorities, understanding of similarities and differences among stakeholders, definition of criteria by which stakeholders measure success. As with all of the Knowledge Advantage engagement aids, there is an ideal time and place to use them. Using the assessment roadmap as our point of reference, the Priorities Map is best used in the problem space during the awareness phase 1.2 and 1.3 to identify key stakeholders and frame points of view. Of course, it can also be used through the solution space to confirm the priorities of various stakeholders. So, start getting naked by using a Priorities Map to frame points of view before you are exposed.